Good morning and warm welcome to one and all. It gives me great pleasure to have all of you on this first day of the inaugural function of the World Breastfeeding Week 2022.
Love and affection grow much more. In fact, when I was born, I never heard of all those things. 70 years ago I was born. A tiny village near Koilpatti, a place called Naratinbuttu. I was delivered by Marthuvachi, they call it those days. It's not a paramedical, no, Marthuvachi. You know how my umbilical cord was cut with a sickle, and it is antiseptic. You know what is the antiseptic? Cow dung. Somebody was telling cow dung. I survived. Without being breastfed, I used to be very naughty, and how mother managed me. Had I been given mother's milk, maybe I would have become president of America. I used to think like that. But anyhow, America has been saved. I was seventh child. My mother was quite bold when I was born. Alright. So, the thing is, child should be healthy, should develop knowledge, you must develop intimacy, and also overall long-term immunity. Nowadays, they work for 3 hours, 4th hour, they sit down and keep fiddling with the WhatsApp. They work 1 hour extra. Next year they are not seen here. When they get wet, they are gone. During our days, we did so many things. I went for Mardi Parade, New Delhi. I was already a best cadet. I'm not blowing my trumpet. I went for parachute training. I took my Tamilnadu and Pondicherry contingent at Agra. And I imagine if I had been breastfed, maybe I'd done much better. But now the modern society, the modern children, infants being born, they're quite lucky and they're being breastfed. More than that, the mother should be healthy. In the process, we're talking only the breastfeeding. Mother should be healthy enough to have the capacity to breastfeed the child. Most of them, mother should be properly fit, must be healthy. சும்மா வீட்டில் உட்காந்துருக்காரு, கல்யாணம் பண்ணிட்டு வந்திருக்காருல ஒரு பாவம், பாண்டட் லேபர் மசனம் வாங்கி கொடுத்துட்டு போறாரு, எப்படியோ பயந்துட்டு இருப்பாரு, குழந்தை வச்சுக்கோங்க, முடிஞ்சு போச்சு அவர் கதை. Somebody else to look after you. The moment you are pregnant, they adore you. Please, mothers I'm talking about now, they should be healthy enough, they should be properly fed, they must be taught about the good nutrients, and they must follow that. At the end of the day, the future should generate. In fact, Prime Minister Modi was talking about the healthy children and education among our college students to make India much more prosperous. With that, I finish my small talk. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye.
Don't put the babies to the breast for several days because of taboo and misbelief that it is harmful. During this period, other liquids were provided in the form of herbal teas. Some were pharmacological potent and others had no nutritional or pharmacological worth. Just coming to the cultural practices, in most culture, mother held the infants while seated. In Armenian and some Asian women would lean over the supine baby and feed. These infants were not even lifted for the purpose of burping. Many groups carried infants on their backs and swung them into position frequently for feeding, especially women who had to work outside the home for living. So what are the alternatives which were given that the mother could not and would not nurse her infant? Review of civilized history reveals that almost every generation had some alternatives. Hammurabi's code, which dated from in 1800 BC, contained regulations on the practices of wet nursing. Who are wet nurses or wet nursing? It is nursing another woman's infant, often for hire. Throughout Europe, spouted feeding cups have been found in the graves of infants dating from 2000 BC. In Spartan times, that is in the Greeks, ancient Greek time, a woman, even if she was the wife of a king, was required to nurse her eldest son. Plebeians or women from a lower class were to nurse all the rest of the children. History says that the second son of King Tonostus inherited the kingdom of Sparta only because he was nursed with his mother's milk. The eldest son had been nursed by a stranger and therefore rejected. So the first alternative was a wet nurse. In 1500 to 1700 AD, wealthy English women did not nurse their infants. They had a notion that breastfeeding spoiled their figures and make them old before their time. So second alternative was animal milk. As early as 1584, it was written that milk of the donkey is the best substitute for any age when nourishment was an issue. The milk of a donkey is low in solids compared with that of most species, low in fat and protein, high in lactose. This donkey milk was the closest and still the closest to mother's milk.
Thanks on behalf of my prestigious organization and on behalf of GHP ma'am and GG sir and Dr. Geeta madam, Rajeshwari madam and all doctors who are present here. We are all happy and grateful for this successful program. And I knew madam was a postnatal mother, but I didn't knew she was just 15 days old mother. I'm really proud and she's so delighted. I'm so delighted that she's here present to teach everyone about the antenatal breastfeeding, postnatal breastfeeding. And really ma'am, your speech was really so encouraging to all the mothers, and I hope all the mothers will be so supportive from your speech. Once again, I would like to thank each one of you, and I'm grateful for giving me this opportunity with sincere feeling of gratitude. I would like to take a leave from this. Thank you.